I think we're live.
GMGM,
All right,
guys.
guys, we're live. All right, I think we're live.
Yeah, we're
Dear
live.
GM, everyone. Hope everyone is having
How's
an
everybody
amazing day.
doing?
Have you been seeing the market performance though from yesterday? Please, for those just joining, feel free to share the link and also invite anyone you want to invite and drop your questions to in the comments. Yeah, so how have you been seeing the market so far? So good. Let me just share my screen.
Well, generally, market is looking good. You know, we're just about finishing the first week of January. So today is just 6th. So market has been good. I was taking a look at general market performance. You know, if you check some meme coins, large cap coins, you know, you're seeing 30%, 40%. I think CU has done about 30 something percent in the last this week. If you check the likes of Toshi has done more than 50% this week. If you check Honke, if you check a whole lot of those meme coins, large cap coins, they've actually done well generally, right? Which is a good indication that more liquidity, more interest is coming into the market. So it's going to be an interesting January, if you ask me. So let's just hope that these pumps is more sustainable, right? Because why I'm saying this is because we've talked about the fact that you can see a 50% pump, a 70%, or even to be in profit, depending on where you bought in, because most of these tokens crashed heavily. Can you hear me?
I think your network was lagging. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we could see these pumps. So for me, it would be better if these pumps happen much more rapid, so that we can get over with breaking even. Just early this morning, I just checked. Sura dumped like 50%. Right, I had to go and check what's happening, you know, with the project. So, which is quite funny because they haven't tweeted since last year, which last year is like last week, right? And people were supposed to unstake their tokens, I think this week or today, but the unstaking mechanism is not working. So there's a whole lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the community, and it has dumped like, you know, almost 50% thereabouts. So these are like the stuff that we talk about. You cannot fully predict what the market would bring, but like I said, these pumps, for example, now for Sura to go back to like the range we know, Sura has to do like 5x. So imagine when we start seeing maybe Sura do 2x, so many persons will be excited. Oh, it's up 100%, it's up 200% or 300%. But most persons are not even on break even, right? The people that bought, let's say, sometime in early December, they are not even on break even because of the massive dump. Okay. Now, also talking about pumps, Kujira is, I would like to say Kujira is steadily rising because it has done like 28% in the last 24 hours. Their liquidation engine is live, and they're also pushing. So hopefully we get to see like a sustained pump, maybe day in, day out, maybe 20%, 30% on a daily basis. That would really bring back Kujira's price to probably above $1 slowly, above $1, because the way Kujira dumped, it dumped slowly. Same way Oraichain dumped, it was like a slow dump, a 30%, 20% daily dump. So if it would rise back like that, it will be an interesting thing. So that's like my general outlook on the market, to see I'm even trying to figure out trends, basically, what trends are leading. So currently now, if you look at it, it's mostly meme coins that are leading the pump. It's not like it's only them that is pumping, but it's them that is leading the pump. And it's understandable that memes lead the pump kind of because they crashed heavily. So this is like an illusion also because some people will see that, oh, memes are pumping and they now start diving into more memes, also forgetting that memes crashed crazily, like it really, really crashed. So it's a no-brainer that memes pump and memes even pump the hardest. So yeah, that's my outlook on the general sentiments of the market.
No, that's really good. That's very, very good. Nice breakdown. GM to those just joining, please feel free, take 10 seconds or 20 seconds to like, share, and also refer anyone you want to join. You can share on your Twitter or you can share on any other platform. Also, feel free to invite. Also, drop your questions if there are coins you want us to look at. It's important to drop those things on time. All right, so looking at bubble map, there's something quite evident here we could see. This is zooming out to 1 week. 1 week, that is today is 6th, that is from 31st December till date. This is 1 week outlook. If you got into the market last week, which we were saying it, start getting into the market, stuffs were still 80%, 90% down. Get in, get in, get in. Yeah, so if you got into the market last week, for virtual, you'll be up almost 60% or over 60. For render, you'll be up over 80%. If you guys recall last week, some of the projects that we were just randomly pointing as good projects that were undervalued, we also mentioned them render. But sincerely, I have zero exposure to render. I have no exposure to it. And it's an amazing project. It's a very, very good project. Yeah, render looks like the biggest winner on the top 100 cryptocurrencies. Render is like the biggest winner, followed by, I think, Virtual. Then before you talk of Pepe and Bonk. So 1 week performance, I think the market is looking very good. I think we can all agree that January is delivering on our expectation. We're expecting a green January. So far, so good. It's been good, like really, really good. So if we were to zoom out to 100 to 200, like cryptocurrencies between the top 100 to 200, see River is the leading crypto. It's the most returns within the last 1 week. So if you got into River last week, which you guys recall, we're swing trading River. The last entry was around $4, between 3 point something to $4 last week. If you guys follow up with our live stream, so if you kept the moon bag, you'll be up over 300%. Sincerely, it's difficult for someone to hold to that price because, like me, I exited everything around $12, $13, everything around that price. So if you held till, and yesterday it got to about 24. If you held till now, which right now is around $17, $18, you'll be up over 300%. BRIT over 30%. XCN over 150%. I will still have some other gainers here too. If we also go down further to like 100 to 300 top cryptocurrencies, useless, we call it useless. Useless has performed really well. NPC, I have zero exposure to it. AIOZ, it's been a while I traded it. And a few others, Akam doing very well, another very solid project that I expect to bounce over time. And there are some other gains here and there. Yeah, now if we go to daily, if we zoom to daily and let's focus on the top 100 on the daily from yesterday till date, yesterday till today, you notice Sui from this time yesterday till today has done 17%. Sincerely, Sui has been one of the best movers or one of the best performers. Sui and Virtual for large cap projects. Sui and Virtual, they've been so far so good, one of the best performers, which I'm not surprised at all, especially for Sui. I stressed this. I told you guys last week, spoke about it, that there are projects that their prices have been suppressed. And once the market allows them just an inch, they will bounce very, very fast. Get where we have said this stuff before. Get so you need to pay attention to those projects. One of them is Sui. Right now, it feels kind of late. If you guys recall, I even said it then that Sui made people so much money 2024, where it ran from around 60 cent, maybe 50 cents to almost $4 thereabout. And I told you guys the ecosystem is highly suppressed. Pay attention to it. If you did, you should be up minimum of plus minus maybe 35, 40%. Virtual should be up almost 80% if you also paid attention to it. But yeah, if you miss those ones, no problem. There are still some solid projects that are still down and haven't bounced. One is Uniswap. Uniswap has not moved. If you ask me, it hasn't moved an inch. It's just still playing. Once it breaks out, which it was about to break out yesterday night before BTC did a minor correction, once Uniswap breaks out, we should easily see it get to $7.58, which should be almost 60% more. You get, yeah, there's still some other projects too. Ton has been performing well, but I still expect Ton to run higher and some other good projects. But yeah, at least we can see what the chart has been up to and what's been happening within the last 24 hours. So let's switch to looking at the charts and some of our trades. Let me share this briefly. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, so this is a Bitcoin long trade that I am anticipating today. I drew this before this live. I drew it before we went live. So I was expecting BTC to come down and tap here before it makes a move up, or it hasn't. It hasn't. It's looking like it might be a missed entry, but so far so good. BTC has not. Now, the next leg up, I would expect us to break above the 94K, this purple line, which we spoke about yesterday. If you guys notice something, we've broken above this rectangle. We spoke about this, I think, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, where I was telling you guys that it's one of two things that would happen, if you guys recall. It's one of two things that will happen. BTC corrects to this zone, or it corrects to this zone. Yeah, those are like one of the two things I told you guys that would happen, just for momentum to go higher. So now we've seen retracement, tapping liquidity around this zone. This should take it above the major resistance levels that we have. And I told you guys something yesterday that we need to close above that purple line. If you guys recall, I said we really, really need to close very well above it so that we can continue going higher and higher. Now, if you notice, this is a major zone. We have not closed above this. Yeah, we didn't close above this. But yeah, we've cleared most of the liquidity here. So another retest of this level should most likely lead to a break of that level. But then we have this BTC scalp trade. This one is like a scalp trade for BTC. The scalp trade, hopefully it taps and we're able to go past this minor resistance that we have here to create a new short-term high. Yeah, so that's our BTC expectation. Now, while BTC is cooling off, after rallying to almost 95K, we're beginning to see Uniswap move. So these are Uniswap trade. We're on this Uniswap trade. We've been on this trade since on the 2nd of January, right? The 2nd or 1st of January. I think 2nd Friday. We've been on this trade since last week, Friday. Either 1st or 2nd, yeah. Thursday that we've been on this trade. This Uniswap trade. And so far, so good. You can see the levels where it's facing resistance. One of the levels was here. We passed this yesterday. And we got to as high as this, so where we have another huge resistance. So there was a sell-off. Now we are about to see a bounce and a continuation. This trade is a 1 to 3.8, and that's 1 to 380% profit. That's the trade because we're expecting it to go as high as 7.4. But if you bring it down to here, just here, that's about 1 to 2. If you reduce it just to here, that's 1 to 2, which most of our trades are usually 1 to 2. So you see that yesterday it almost stopped at 1 to 2, it did 1 to 1.9 as at yesterday. But yeah, if you take it higher, which if you want to see why we're expecting it to go higher, this is it. This was where we had the last brutal fall for Uniswap. It was from this zone. We saw like a huge sell-off, so we're expecting it to go to as high as this zone before we might see maybe some resistance. Once we clear this level, it should be easy for it to get here. Yeah, so that's the Uniswap trade, still very active. I'm still very much on this trade. I told you guys I have not secured any profit on this trade. I didn't set any trading stop loss for some weird reasons. I didn't set any trading stop loss. If I did, most likely it would have taken me out somewhere around here, most likely. But I did not. So the trade is still on, still very, very active. Instead, what I did was I added a few more positions when it came down, just added just little when it came down. Then I moved my SL to break even. Those are like the things I did, or slightly above break even, because of to cover fees. Because if I leave it at break even and I'm taken out of the trade, I'll still lose some minor amounts because of fees that I paid while holding this position. This position has been open for about 6 days, so it has been able to accumulate some fees. So I just moved it slightly above my SL, just very tiny. Another trade that is still live, Dash. We shared this re-entry for Dash yesterday. We shared this re-entry. Our first Dash trade we exited based on trailing stop loss. That's this one we exited. We got back in here, and so far so good. This one is moving pretty well. It's going on well. Which other trade again? Which other trade? Yeah, so Gigo, I took a Gigo trade. This is a Gigo trade that I took yesterday night. Actually, that's when I took that trade. Went up. I didn't set any trailing stop loss or anything, so I'm still on the trade. This I'm expecting. This trade was supposed to break out. Actually, it's BTC minor correction. I was expecting it to break out yesterday night, but that BTC minor correction forced it down. Yeah, now this trade is a 1 to 2.3. Let's see where it's got to before BTC forced it down. It got to 0.7. Okay. Yeah, well, this trade is still active. Which other trade again are we still? Which other trade? Feeder. Yeah, spoke about this feeder yesterday. Trade is still on. Got back in, still on. Which other one? I know there's still either one or two. I know of the hype trade. Yeah, hype trade is still on. It's performing very well, like very solid move. Hype trade is still on. It's a 1 to 2. So once we're able to clear this zone, which we're just in a bounce off, that should be easier. So hype trade is still on. Asta, I got back into Asta, got out based on trading stop loss, but I got back in again. So the Asta trade too is still on. Which other one? And there are some other trades that hit our full TP, like head out. Head out trade hit our full TP yesterday. We got into that trade yesterday, the continuation, and it hit our full TP, which makes it 2 times that we've traded it. Let me see if I can find it to just open it. I don't know why I don't always see this header. But yeah, that trade has hit our full TP. And it's on Binance. It's majorly on Binance that you can trade it on futures. This is it. So yeah, this hit our full TP. You can see it's traded. We've traded it twice. Yesterday was the second time, and this actually hit full TP. So is there any other trade that Metis? Yeah, Metis. Metis is the other trade that is also moving well, but hasn't really moved. Where is it? This is another trade that hasn't really moved, and we're expecting it to do some good numbers. So sorry about this. All right, so this is Metis. The trade is still live. We got in around first or second of this year. You can see it here, first, second. So shared in the community from entry. So far so good. Metis trade is also going well. We've been able to clear this resistance we're facing here. So from here, it should be easy. It should be easy for it to run all the way up. From here, it should be easy. So as usual, Metis can still run higher. So just in case maybe you see it approaching TP before we post anything in the Telegram channel, feel free to extend your take profits and adjust your stop loss to protect profits. Like feel free to do that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So feel free to take advantage of that. I'm looking for an entry for Litecoin. I'm looking for an entry for LTC. I haven't found any, but LTC has established a good support here. If it can come down, it has established a good support. It should easily run above $90. Like so far, so good. If you notice, the price was busy consolidating here all through this year. Like since Saturday, it's been consolidating. So there's a good support here. So if BTC can bring the price down a bit, or if it can just naturally correct down to like maybe 82, 81, 82, to like a good position to like long with stop loss below $80. If it can come down to like a good position to actually take that long position on LTC. Another good coin again, which we also in that position is Avalanche. Avalanche is also approaching our TP. Yeah, it's approaching our TP gradually. So Avalanche, if it's able to go above this zone, should easily run higher. If it's able to go above this zone, because you could see this zone is like a very solid resistance that's rejected multiple times. So if AVAX is also able to go above this level, we should see some good opportunities too for like a very reasonable run to make some good profits. I don't think there's any other trade we're currently on. I really don't think so. And sincerely, I don't see any need to hunt for more opportunities in the market, like more trades. We're already on like 3, 4 trades. Over trading does not make sense most times. We're already on some other trades, or no need adding more trades. There are people that just want to open like 10 different trades. To me, most times it doesn't make sense. It sincerely doesn't make sense most times trying to open too many trades. Dash is actually moving well. It's moving well. So if we're able to go above this level for Dash, let me zoom in. By the way, this Dash trade is I'm still 1 to 2. If we're able to go above this level, it should be easy. That should easily run to $50. Now note, which if you check from 45 to 50 is just $5. Doesn't seem like much. If we end online and Dash starts approaching $50, you can feel free to also extend your TP and you adjust your SL to protect profits. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So feel free to do that. Why I say this is because once BTC breaks above, see how BTC is moving now, right? Like I said, that might just be a missed entry. If it doesn't come down to take that and it moves up, it might just end up being a missed entry. So if BTC makes a move above 95K, most of these alts would explode. Most of them. To get most of them. So that's why I'm stressing on extending your TP. If we end online to drop any information, you can just go and extend your TP and adjust your SL to protect profits. I feel that should be like a no-brainer move. So I think that's all we're looking at for the charts. That's all we'll be looking at for the charts for today, unless maybe we have some other questions. Yesterday, it was someone that made us look at Asta. Someone requested and we looked at Asta and we did analysis of the charts, which ended up being a good trade. Can you analyze what is Shisa? Please, what is Shisa? I'm special. Do you know the one that is Shisa?
No, I don't actually. I thought it was Shiba in the beginning, but I checked it, but it's not Shiba. I don't know.
Fun part is it's been a while I saw anything about Shiba. Like it's been so long ahead or something about Shiba. So someone is asking, is Bitcoin
Yeah.
still going up? Yeah, it's been really, really long. Is Bitcoin, instead we're seeing more of bonk. It's been so long we're saying anything about Shiba. Instead, it's more of bonk. Is Bitcoin still going up or should one sell off on spot? No, BTC overall, BTC is still going up. Still going up. We should see 105K. We're supposed to. Let me just go back to the chart briefly. BTC chart. We're supposed to see 105K. Okay, just briefly. Let's just zoom out to the weekly. Okay, so this was what BTC has done this week so far. Went to almost 95K. The worst dump we saw was obviously in the month of November. That's where we got the worst dump. This was the all-time high. This was all-time high, 126K, and this was October 6th. That's when we got that. Now, if you notice, it's quite easy for BTC to bump. See how quick we ran from. See how quick we ran from 98K to about to almost 126K. That's the first time we touched that zone. It took roughly from 16th June to 21st July. It took about a month for us to run from 90 something K, about 96K to 120 something K. Roughly 5 weeks. That's what it took. And now we're at 94K or thereabouts. So a whole lot can happen in the market within 4 to 5 weeks. At the same time, look how long it took for us to dump from 126K or 126,600 for us to dump. That was October 6th, for us to dump all the way down to 70 something K or 80K. It took roughly 6 weeks to 5 to 6 weeks approximately. That was what it took for us to go that low. So that tells you that in this market, a whole lot can happen within 4 weeks. BTC can do a new all-time high within the next 4 to 5 weeks. It can still get back to this previous all-time high within 4 to 5 weeks. But what I do know is that we'll see 105K. For the all-time high, I can't say for now, but I do know that we'll see 105K for this current BTC price that we're seeing. And obviously, corrections are normal. If you notice, since 1st of January, we've been having back-to-back green candles. Since 1st January, it's been green, green, green. Every day we're seeing a higher high. Like every day, it's a new high every day, except for Saturday on the 3rd. There was no new high, but it was still a green candle. But every other day, it's been higher, high, higher, high, higher, high. So don't write off BTC. Anything is possible. Let's see which other question. I don't miss this project on purpose, but there's no liquidity for me. Okay, I get that. Please provide good entry price for flipping and short-term investment or sports. We've dropped lots of sports calls. Actually, we've dropped that. Okay, this person asking of Sisha. I actually do not know the project. I don't know the project. For airdrop, I think someone is asking about airdrop. It's been a while I did anything relating to airdrops. Like it's really, really, really been a while I did that. The last airdrop was lighter. It's been more of PepDex airdrop. Although now we have some prediction markets airdrop, like opinion markets, which is on Binance Smart Chain. Where people are farming their points now too for a potential airdrop. So you might want to pay attention to that. Somebody is asking, good morning, happy new year again. What's your sincere take on BNB chain and is it BNB token or the chain? Well, for the chain, I feel the BNB chain is actually good. I don't see anything wrong with it so far. I feel it will perform well. Then for the token, I feel the BNB token is still undervalued. If you ask me, it's still undervalued. So I strongly believe BNB token will still go higher in price. It's most likely still get to $1,000. Right now it's at 908 or thereabouts. So just before we call it a day, let's look at trends and top performing assets on what's it called, CoinGecko. So someone just dropped a new message on it project to check. Okay, let's just look at this and we'll check that before we call it a day. So you can see lots of meme coins. USCR is a meme coin. CZ Dog, that's broccoli. Memes on Binance Smart Chain have started moving, so you might want to start gradually paying attention. Now we can see the state Q is quite moving fast in price. So that's interesting to see. Dusk is gradually picking up. Dusk is gradually picking up. If you guys recall, we're very bullish on Dusk based on privacy and it being very undervalued. It's gradually picking up. So we'll see how that will play out. All right, so let's just take this last question and before we round up. So someone is asking that we check Aave. This is the last we'll do before we call it a day. Aave. All right, so I don't think I've ever traded Aave before. I don't think I've ever traded it like via features. Okay, so Aave price has actually been bullish so far, so good. It's actually been bullish. But with what I'm saying here, it's already approaching the resistance zone. It's approaching resistance zone, and at the same time, you find out that the resistance zone is where it's like fell off the last time where it experienced its major dump. That's from this zone. So you can just say it's facing resistance. If you want to long it, however you want to trade it, it's best to wait for it to break above this zone. If you want to trade Aave, it's best you wait for it to go above this zone, break above this zone, then you can enter on a retest and long it. That's the best way if you want to trade it. If the market presents an opportunity where it corrects back to this level, then that would also be a good level to long from. But right now, if you want to long, you just need to chill for it to go above this range before you can think of longing it. For me, that's how I trade it. Option 1, wait for it to break above this zone before you long. Option 2, it corrects and retests this zone, then you take a long. Yeah, basically that's how I trade Aave. Yeah, so hopefully I'm expecting that should all things be equal, BTC range for some altcoins to rally before we start seeing maybe, hopefully we see a correction maybe towards Friday. But if we don't, even better. But I'm expecting BTC to just range today, tomorrow, at least Tuesday, Wednesday. Even if it does correction, it should be very minor. It shouldn't be like an aggressive dump. That way, altcoins would have the space to actually appreciate more in value. I'm actually still paying attention to these Gigo trades. You guys should take attention. You guys should pay attention to the trades we dropped. I'm still paying close attention to this Gigo trade because I'm expecting Gigo to break out. Like I'm really expecting it to break out. And if it goes above this level, then it can easily get to $90. But I'm really expecting it to break out. 3 projects I'm expecting to break out: Gigo, Uni, and Metis. Yes, Metis. Gigo, Uni, and Metis. I'm expecting them to break out. All right, guys. So I think that's all. There may be Dash too. I think probably Dash too. Yeah, expecting to break out. Yeah. All right, guys. So see you guys tomorrow.
No, before we go, quickly,
Okay.
just quick one before we go. So for the guys here, thank you for joining us. Don't forget these calls, it's on our Telegram channel, so you can always join the channel. You see the calls. If there are new calls, it will be posted there frequently, right? Any update. But before we go, quickly, if there's something that you guys would like to see on our morning live streams, be it more news, you guys want to hear about more news, more airdrops, more chats, or you want us to talk about more of our strategies, please let us know in the comment section so that we would actually give you guys more of what you like to see. Okay, so whatever it is, news, farming, staking strategies, whatever it is, just let us know in the comment section so that we can be able to create these things better for you guys, so that we can deliver more value for you guys. So yeah, thank you.
All right. So someone asked about Sura, and we had already discussed that when we started. That's why I need to join early. We had already discussed that. Also, for some of us who missed your calls, which project are we looking forward to entering? Well, we dropped some here. So there are some that are still very much at the entry level. Yet we also dropped that. If you paid attention, you see there are some that are still at entry. I think one of that was Gigo. When we just started this morning, Gigo is even still almost there. Yet, so you might want to pay attention to the ones that are still at the entry level and let go of the ones that have already moved far from the entry level. Very important. So you don't chase price. Yeah, which is also why it's good to join them early. But you can just rewatch it and see some other coins that have not yet moved. Someone is saying I have a lot. I think that's a lot on Arbitrum. Should I hold or close? I think you should. Do you mean like long? I don't know if you mean long or if you mean feature trade, like you're long on Arbitrum, or if you mean sports. But however, Arbitrum would still move. It hasn't moved yet. Arbitrum would move. I'm assuming you mean sports. Arbitrum would move. All right, guys. So thanks so much for joining and tuning in. See you guys same time tomorrow. Ensure to tune in on time and ensure to invite someone when you're coming. Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Bye.